don't have to look anymore now that I've seen you. I don't have to dream anymore now that you came true. I'm already yours. I don't have to look anymore now that I've seen you. I don't have to dream anymore now that you came true. I'm already yours. I'm already yours. I don't have to look anymore now that I've seen you. I don't have to dream anymore now that you came true. I'm already yours.
Sometimes it takes forever for that thing to get started. But anyway, here we go. I will be coloring doodles that I did while at work. See? It's cool. Hey, Thompson, I rewatched it. Oh, Alien Covenant. What didn't you like about it? Doug. You rewatched it and you gotta ask? I mean, it's incredibly stupid. Plus, it guts whatever intents that was set up by Prometheus. Says, oh, well, I'll do a middle movie that explains what happened to Shaw and all that. You already told us what happened. So it was very stupid. Plus, the entire crew, they go to this planet that was not the planet they were supposed to go to. And just somehow forget to wear protective suits and stuff, you know? So, of course, stuff goes up their nose and all. They're immediately infected. It was hopeless from the get-go. And then, oh no, it's the bad David at the end. Oh, shocker. It just wasn't any good. It was just stupid all around. And I mean, aesthetically looked really good and all that. That's it. It doesn't, but I don't know why I didn't really like it. It's just a lazy rehash and trying to do Alien again, but very badly. And just a lot of stupidity in it. And then, oh, look, David's creepy. That was it. You got to do a little better than that. All right. Let's take a look at these doodles that I did. So here's Dr. Karmic. This is his idea. I'm thinking of doing like a Rex Morgan MD comic strip type thing. And it's just basically his terrible bedside manner. Your guts are rotting from cancer, you sack of shit. If that makes sense, but I digress. So see, it's that kind of thing. So whatever ailments his patients have, that's usually how it goes. This is from Melton's show, Justina, whose voice has been added to the Nobody Likes Onions Super Tip selection. And that's great. Yeah. So, of course, couldn't help but notice there are certain features between Justina and Aaron Imholt. So the thought being that ultimately Aaron will become Justina. Yeah. And I mean, it's no joke because he zoomed in on Justina's face and whatnot, and several elements were there that you would, it wouldn't surprise me if you found out that they were like cousins or something, you know? It's a possibility. Then, of course, everyone's favorite Dabble versus Power couple. Uh, here's Felicia and Karmic, you know. You get the idea. Did a Photoshop with the same theme, but I don't know, decided a little cartoon would be a little better. So there we go. I guess since Justina was the first image I did, we'll start with Justina. Yeah. I was starting to show a little stubble on, well, the original chin, not the added one, you know. And of course, well, Justina is a trans lady, you understand, but just loves to cook all kinds of different concoctions. I believe what was it was spaghetti with hot dogs, and then what was it? A bunch of cheese dumped on top of it. I don't know. Uh, and seemed to just dump the whole thing in together with the sauce and stuff. It was well, it was a different approach than certainly I was used to. But that's how Justina did it, and always has a lot of affection for the audience, referring to them as honeys. That's right. And so, of course, with the Aaron Himholt taglines, I thought, hey, wouldn't it be funny if Justina just started saying, hey, honeys, let's make it happen. PayPal, Venmo, Super Chat, Rumble Rants. Let's make that go, honeys. See, it would be something like that. It's very much, if the only way this would happen, of course, you know, Aaron transitions, but also probably a lot less angry. You know, and just like, you know what, you know, I still want to stream and stuff, but I'm just going to go ahead and relax and just be my true self and just piddled around in the kitchen. You know, I got all these snack ideas and stuff, and you know, that'll be nice and fun. And it's a bit, you know, disarming, and it comes across all very sweet and calls everybody honey. And so it's a brand new toe. So there you go. And eventually going to have to do like, I don't know, a toe carol where Aaron's visited by the future, the spirit of steel toe future. And so, but so yes, Justina is the latest addition to the Nobody Likes Onions Super Tip Voices, available now. So if you're familiar, of course, you can super tip Melton on his next live stream with the voice of Justina. And of course, remember, you got to include honeys in there somewhere, because to do otherwise would seem unseemly. So, I mean, you gotta admit, there's, I don't know, a certain fascination, and well, I guess I keep saying, like, thinking that, how does Melton find, you know, does he just go looking for it? And I guess in some cases he does or did, but I keep forgetting that a lot of times he'll be doing the show and then somebody, I sent you an email. So he'll check, and somebody has sent a link to some new discovery. And I seem to recall, perhaps not exactly right, but I think that's how Justina joined the NLO family, you know. So there you go. I think that she was wearing a, yeah. It was an orange shirt. It didn't say another win for the toe, but I thought, you know, you get the deal. I mean, it was just going to be another one of these weird cooking streaming shows that, Melton has quite a few of those that he watches, to give his own unique analysis and commentary, as such is the nature of the show. And yet, holy crap, it's like toe is in there, you know? It's almost like, what was that Doctor Who episode where people got stuck, were absorbed into the body of this alien? And, one particular person ended up like a part of the alien's ass. Yeah. And it's like, oh no. It's like your face is the alien's ass. I mean, it's a fate worse than death. But, so here, Aaron would be absorbed into Justina, I guess. But anyway, so Justina likes to cook all these little concoctions. And I don't recall too much. I don't know if it was because some of those cooking shows that Melton watched, the kitchens are very filthy. And some of them, they don't wash their hands enough as they're clawing through all this, meat and stuff like that. And then after it's all done, they'll eat it and everything. And I'm like, I don't know. I kind of messed this up. We'll just take care of that. So there we go. Oh no, I got to do the fingers. Once you start that business, it's like, well, I kind of want to have more flesh color on the black outline. Oh, even though there's no reason to do so, I just feel compelled, So there's just been quite a few, and they'll zoom in real close with their, the camera, obviously, on microwaves that haven't been, obviously they had, I don't know, chili or something in there and exploded all over it. And then, they just left it there. Reminds them of that great day when they had that chili. And that's all on display for whoever happens to see it. Now, I don't know how many views any of these channels get, but then when Melton shows up, well, you're going to get a lot more. And boy, is he going to notice that mess you made. And so it's an important thing. It's probably more, certainly health concerns and whatnot, to have a clean kitchen. Yeah. Now, I know, you got your life and there's all kinds of things can crop up and you just didn't have the time to get to it. And then, damn it, somebody shows up to the house and it's going to happen. And it's embarrassing and all that. But that's not the case here. You chose to display that to God and everybody. You click that button to go live with a filthy kitchen. God forbid there should be a roach carcass laying around. I can't remember if that's happened yet. Probably did, though, on one of them. But anyway, that tends to be a feature of these culinary adventures on these different streams. And But I don't know that Justina's kitchen was all that filthy as some of the others. I could be wrong. Could be I didn't see the whole thing, and especially when I'm watching Melton's show while I'm at work, I can't pay attention to it too much. But there's been a couple of them. There was the guy. I don't know if he still does that guy. There was this guy who mostly just plays video games and stuff, but he did do some shows where he just cooks everything in the microwave, but it was a very filthy microwave and all that. And then he went back to his video games. I think that might have been one where he had something that was going to have to cook for a bit, So he goes to do video games, and he had it set up where messages sent to him would be, read by the voice there. So it was all these, people from Melton's show saying all kinds of crap. It just kept going and going, and the guy was getting irritated. And he just left it on. No. But it's all in good fun. Besides, he was saying at one point he propped his feet up. That was kind of funny. Anyway, it's not just a cooking show; it's an adventure. When Melton shows up to again give commentary and analyses over your production, a lot of times has different tips, stuff like that. So I don't know if like cooking different things and maybe a recipe your grandma taught you or something like that, and you want to share it on your stream and stuff, you might get a visit from Nobody Likes Onions. And but there's all kinds of advice in there and stuff like that. So you might want to check that out. And look forward to that. Kind Friend says, "Good morning, Douglas. I hope all is well." Yeah, it kind of is. Last night I had a terrible bad back thing going on. I ended up trapped in my chair, and I did a pretty much of a marathon show with Pat just sitting there. That was another one he did well into the wee morning hours. And once it was over, I said goodnight to Pat and all that stuff. And then I had to, scream in agony as I extricated myself from the chair. But after a shower and some ibuprofen, it seemed to do all right. And I went to bed, and then I had to go to work. It's still there. It's on the edge, and I know one slight twist or turn can set it off again. But that didn't happen. I was worried that could happen while at work, but it didn't. So, yeah, doing pretty good. Now, probably after this, I'll set it off again and be in screaming pain. But that's how it goes. Cocteau says, "Morning, Doug." Good morning, Cocteau. Kai and Friends, Tommy looks thirsty. Hey, Thompson. "Oh, Doug, forgot to tell you, the guy who plays the alien in Alien Earth is in the credits for Predator Badlands." "Oh, a mere coincidence, I'm sure." Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. Hello. Hello. Hello to you. Hey, Thompson. And 2 days after Predator Badlands comes out, they will release the prequel in comic book. The prequel to Predator Badlands or Alien Earth, or I guess you just mean Predator Badlands. But look, everybody, the secret's out, and we know they're going to cross over. So, and I don't know. And one wonders if they've already planned ahead enough to where there's a little wink and a nod to Predator in the Alien Earth series, probably like in the last episode or something. Kai and Friend says, "Yo, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, how are you? Miss you, brother." Well, Ross Dog says to Kai, where the heck you been? Kai and friends busy with my business, working like a Ross Dog. Ross Dog's Broken Spirits responds, bring back your morning show. There you go. That's a request. Cocteau, I was so tired last night, I fell asleep during New York City Crime Report. That's never happened before. Well, you were tired. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, Trans Aaron. Yes, this is a possibility. You know, once the delusion is finally shattered that he's not going to become this world renowned talk show host or radio star or something of that nature, it might just collapse him into this. And although he did mention he wants to try laser surgery on his second chin, and what if the laser goes wrong and damages something else? And then he has no choice but to just go ahead and become Justina. Yeah. And it's an option. Hey, Thompson, they can keep the alien and predator. We only want Itopus. Well, again, I think Itopus is going to be a stocking stuffer this year. If they haven't thought of it, they'd better get on it, huh? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So anyway, there's Justina. So we'll be probably seeing more of Justina later. So, well, I guess we'll save the power couple for later. Also, so I'll go ahead and color Dr. Karmix here. And as I recall it, Pat's the one who came up with this idea. But maybe someone in the chat mentioned something about him being a doctor. I can't remember the entire context of what got it started. But I just thought it was hilarious of making a character out of Karmic being a doctor in some medical drama type thing, you know. But it's just, whoa, I didn't do the filter on this. No, not blur. There we go. Come on, stupid. And we'll take care of all this nastiness. How dare you color a drawing of me without cleaning it up? Oh, I'm sorry. Come here. There we go. But you know, with all this back and forth and people saying, Karmic, you're just a dupe for Gilly or what have you. Well, now Felicia's got to prove them all wrong. So she's going to have to be, no, I really am his girlfriend, you know, or something like that, you know. That's how you prove them wrong. Now you got to. I don't know. Jeez, you know, having Machiavellian intent with just basic things in life has got to be absolutely exhausting. All right. He's got his stethoscope. Well, you know, the thing it listens to your heartbeat and breathing and stuff like that. But it's like if he was like the doctor on something like, you know, my 6,000 pound life or whatever. I have been dieting. You're lying, you bitch. You know, that's how it would go. I mean, just ironically, dropping reality on all these stupid patients, but actually make him something of a hero, maybe an anti-hero, but be a good part to play. Yeah, kind of missed his calling. He could have been an actor playing all these messed up characters. Dr. Carmix. Damn patience. I don't have patience for my patients anymore. They're all dying. They always die. Do. That's the problem with dead people. They're dead. All right. And then I don't know. I guess Felicia would be like the nurse, or maybe one of the other doctors in the hospital or something like that works with him. I don't know. Kevin's like the old chief of surgery or something at the hospital. Yeah. And then you know, it's like Nurse Gilly is like manipulating things behind the scenes. Yes. Yes. Oop. All right. So this would be like metal parts and stuff like that. And then this could be the tongue depressors. Open wide and say, ah. Oh, geez, that don't look good. No, no. Oh, well, another one's gonna bite the dust. And of course, like, he's like cussing people out because he told him to quit smoking and stuff while he sits there and just smokes nonstop. Uh, it's one thing for me to do it, but an entirely different ordeal for you. I'm a doctor. You don't tell me how it is. I tell you. And I do. There we go. But yeah, it'd be like a funny sketch or something, yeah. And then you could probably move on to other things. Like, I don't know. He's a lawyer and there's his client's wrongfully accused and all that, and they're desperate and terrified about what to do. And their lawyer is, karmic. You piece of shit. What kind of an idiot walks into a murder scene and then picks up the murder weapon? God damn it, you're a stupid fuck. Then he goes to his office and listens to his AI disco music, and dances in his chair. And, I need this. Leave me alone. I have to concentrate. Figure out how to get your ass out of this mess. So you just have to take all the abuse because you're pretty desperate. He's the one lawyer because it's a legal drama show. And he's the one lawyer who could possibly keep you from going to prison for murder. Then he's got to solve because that's the way those shows always went. The the criminal defense attorney solves the crime, finds out who the real killer is, um, and so in this case, it would be up to Karmic to do just that. And then it's like at the end, after the case has been solved and his client's been acquitted and is going to go free and all that. And then it's like, the client's like, oh, thank God, I owe it all to you, Mr. Karmic. You're damn right you do. And don't you ever forget it, you fucker. Stuff like that. And it's like, jeez. I mean, I know I owe my freedom to him, but God damn it. Jeez. Why's he gotta be such an asshole? And then that could be one of the mysteries of the show. It's like, what happened? Why is he like this? And it all goes back to the woman that got away broke his heart and all that sort of stuff. It's usually that kind of thing. And such would be the case for, I don't know, karmic law. See, this guy even got a ring to it, like it's fate and shit. And that would be the drama. I suppose the same thing would be like he's a detective for the police force, so he could do that one. But I don't know. That has been done where you have like an asshole cop, But there's always like, but there's a heart of gold in there. Hey, you think Karmic's got a heart of gold somewhere, And, I just want to do the right thing and solve this case. I'm so tired of seeing filth have its way. Something like that, But first will be Dr. Karmic. I don't know what other shows could there be. Like some drama about he's like a tycoon of industry or something like that. Gotta fight to save my empire. Something like that. Oops. Damn it. God damn it. Oops. I got a little sweaty. Ooh. No, it's gotta be ever so slight. Ever so slight. Yes. Yes. There. Maybe some there. Of course, another problem for Dr. Karmic is he keeps raiding the medicine cabinet. Oh, no. No, that's a long time ago. All right. Oh. Whoops. Maybe if you paid attention, asshole, you wouldn't make so many mistakes. That's probably true. There's no probably about it. It is. You're irresponsible and lazy. Which one is this? Oops. So, this one. Huh. Oh, well. Oh, wait, that's Adam 12, I think. So, I don't know. I'll have to think of some hard-hitting theme song for Dr. Karmic X or Karmic X MD. Yeah, that might work better. And then he just has no respect for his patients because, well, they're kind of shitty, you know? Let's see. Do the little cloud effect. Do the little cloud effect. Oops. Oh, yeah, I forgot I put purple in there. It doesn't matter. I can fix that. But first, show definition. And then desaturate. And there we go. Now, in their olden days, since tobacco bankrolled a lot of TV shows, all the medical dramas, all the doctors were just chain smokers, you know. It's a well-known fact that stress can be quite the killer, and nothing can relax you more than a sweet drag of your favorite tobacco. Yes, yes. Ah, that's relaxation. So it's like 9 out of 10 doctors agree. Chesterfield or some shit like that. And that would be a sponsor of the Karmic Doctor or Karmic XMD. Yeah. Look at me now. I'm a doctor. So there you go. Dr. X, 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 X. And finally, you know, the couple. Let me read a few. What are these? Transarin, yeah, denominate the I-top to this. Maxwell Jay-Z or Jazz, I don't know. Does stuff. Hello, everyone. Hello, Baxo. Hell, Doug. Well, thank you. A. Thompson. If someone stomps and kills Itopus, I will write angry letters to FX. Yeah, I imagine quite a few, you know. Seems like that would be, you know, it would be pretty easy to kill that little bastard, but just to suddenly kill him and then we don't know anything, we don't get to learn what that was all about. Hey, what's his problem with Xenomorph? You know, they clearly don't get along and all that. So, I don't know. We want to know. So, you can't just tease something like that and don't deliver. That would be a mistake. Kind friends, hit the thumbs up, you bigots. Oh, my goodness. Hit the thumbs up, you bigots. Dead Punk Gage, Tug's social media manager. Stethoscope. There we go. We'll go with that. Hey, Thompson, Doug, we need more Alien Earth content here. Well, I don't produce Alien Earth. Ross, Dog's Broken Spirit. That drawing is a real man. Yes. Dead Punk Gage Tug social media manager. Looks more like a young Dr. Bellows from I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah, it does. Well, you know about the actor who, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. Spirit. A real man smokes. Yeah, see, that would be his explanation. He's sitting there in the hospital smoking a cigarette and blowing it in the faces of his patients. And doctor, really? Shut up. This is what a real man does. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. Real men get fired from canning factories. In Minnesota. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit got the eyes 100%. Yeah, that's an important factor. If you can't do the eyes, forget it. Cocteau, are Karmic and Felicia still a thing? Last I heard, she tossed him on the dung heap. Well, we'll see. Because my possible theory here that might work in Karmic's favor, since he wants to keep her, is that now she has to stay with him. Because everyone came out, you're just playing around with this guy. You're not really his girlfriend. You won't even answer the question that you are his girlfriend, stuff like that. So in order to prove them wrong, that no, they're the fools and they're, the creeps or whatever. And they're just wrong all the time and don't know what the hell they're talking about. Yeah, she got to stay with him. May even have to marry him. Yeah. Or, yeah, he's on the dung heap and that's it. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. I'd watch it. Oh, you mean Dr. Karmic? Karmic, there may be something here, Just put everything else aside and take that paycheck to play this character. And all you got to do is just dump loads of shit all over the patients in these shows. I mean, now a lot of people are going to say it's House all over again. Yeah, but not in Karmic style. Oh, yeah. Hey, Tom said, I haven't kept up with Karmic in a few weeks. I only catch Doug, Deft, and live races. Well, I'm not familiar with that. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, a ranting, unstable cop show starring Karmic. Yeah, I could do that. Look at this city. It's turned to shit. This isn't a city. It's an open sewer. Hey, Thompson, LOL, why you poking the guy, Doug? You don't want that smoke. It's just too damn funny. It's sad, sure, I know. But plus, I got to admit that, you can't just blame it on alcohol and stuff, but he went way overboard with the creepy nastiness concerning Tass. And then eventually some of that with Ari Jane. And it's quite disturbing, So sure, I stayed out of it for quite a bit, but good Lord. Plus, material for drawings and stuff. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, Dr. Karmic is better than Dr. Giggles. Well, there you have it. Hey, Thompson, we need some Predator content here. Have you seen Prey? No, I haven't. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Because, well, who knew? It's all going forward. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, hit the thumbs up or you're not a real man. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. Yes, Felicia will play the contrarian and stay with our man car meat. Yeah, probably. But that would also, yes, Felicia could have a part in the show, like the head nurse or a doctor herself. I don't know what you call the hospital. Saint Dabbledus, something like that, Hey, does it, Doug, can you review the Alien versus Predator movies here? You mean right now? Uh, they're both really stupid. The first one's better than the second one because at least you can see what's going on. The second one is like they just turn the lights off. You can't see shit. But the first one, it's got some fun moments in it, but it's pretty cheesy and stupid. But is what it is. So maybe they'll take a more, serious and perhaps a smarter approach to the crossover of the two brands, which are now owned by the parent company, Disney. Hey, Thompson, it is funny, and I am angry at myself for laughing. Well, I understand. There's an element here that one wonders, this could go very, very bad. Because there's definitely some amount of, look, it's psychosis here, and very troubled man. And probably should just take a break for a bit. And it really does need a job. You need a job just if not just for the income, but for the distraction from stuff like this, and to not be dwelling on stuff that's just gonna turn your insides out, and whatever else. There's other things here that appear to have taken place, certain substances and whatnot. Might want to get away from that and that sort of thing. So he does need some serious help, I would think. Probably people have tried already. And a lot of times in these situations, you're up against a brick wall when it comes to that. Hey, Thompson, no, you don't want him as a coworker. Well, no chance of that. But I mean, I don't know. Hey, Thompson, could you imagine the shit he would draw in the bathroom stall? That may have been one of the things that, got him canned. I don't know. But anyway, there is a certain sadness to it. But again, he is an adult. And for my take on it, that business with Tass went way over the line. And that's on him. He really shouldn't have done that, but he did. And yeah, I just not really going to trust the guy all that much. And a lot of this is he is bringing it on himself. That being said, it does get a lot of attention to his channel. If there was some way that he could achieve some amount of redemption and had something to offer beyond being this, and that's true of all these people caught up in being Dabbleverse characters, is like you're dependent on the guys who are capable of roasting you, and you got nothing to roast back with, and so you're constantly dependent on these, but when you, damn it, oh, Milton, oh, Pat, oh, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's like, yeah, but if it all stops, no one's going to watch your chair dancing or whatever. I don't know. So, but who knows? Maybe he can. And then so the possibilities of some amount of benefit from it could be there. But at this point, I'm extremely dubious of it. But stranger things have happened and all that, But, and it's just, everybody's like, she's really playing him and all this stuff. It's not going, it's going to be very bad. Um, because, I mean, obviously the best outcome would be that, hey, she's really serious about this guy. And I don't know, they found some common ground, and it has to be something other than Pat Dixon and stuff like that. And then, well, then God bless, uh, it turns out for the best. Just, you gotta see it to believe it. But, well, what you gonna do? But I don't know. I mean, it was interesting that suddenly, watching Kevin Brennan go over this, and I, he pretty much got everything right, you know. So, well, this is an interesting little wrinkle. And I mean, like I was thought you could look at it and say, well, how could he not? Especially at that basic sort of takedown for Felicia with Mr. Kill Everything show. Primarily with that, I'm not familiar with J. Mo, but he seemed to be the chief prosecutor, And when you make your point, you make your point, and it was all very telling. And I don't know what other conclusion one can make. So, but we'll see. Because you know what? Tomorrow's another day. Yeah, it is. All right. Here, we'll put some color to Felicia's eyes here. Yeah. Now, this is extreme caricature, you understand? Yeah. Yeah. Kind of started this with Steel Toe, Kind of works better on him, probably. I don't know. But somehow, it just seems to fit. There we go. All right, let me see here. I think Gilly prefers earth tones for her. Whoops, I don't look right. But maybe I can make it work anyway. Whoops. Earth tones for her attire. Yes. Yes. No, not pink. There we go. Crap. Yeah. Boy, did I burn a wallet. I mean, a wallet. I burned a wallet in the hole last night. All those super tips. But they're addictive, you know that? They are. But it's just like, I want to hear Kevin say this or that, you know. It's just, that's the cool nature of the whole thing. Okay. Well, I guess that would probably be part of him in this bit of the image. Come on, get in there. Well, maybe I put this here. Oh, crap. I'm doing it on the wrong layer. That's what the problem is. Like that. And then maybe. No, not that. No, anything but that. There we go. Like that. And then another one of these. Whoops. Bit of delicate balance. Yes, yes. All right. There's the blankie, you know, keeps him secure and warm and all that. There we go. All nice and tidy. So there. It almost gives the hair a bit of a glow. All right. And we'll blap. And then must add a certain amount of definition. So like that. Huh. A little too much here. There we are. Oh no. Perhaps even brighter. Yeah. Whoops. Oh, damn. That's not going to do. Oh, shit. Damn. You think I have time for this? Well, you're wrong. I don't. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Like this. And then something. Something about here, there. Oh, yeah. That was here. Whoops. Huh. That's strange. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Now, of course, they're both very pale. So maybe just do it like that. Okay. And then do it like this. Oops, it got his eye. Oh, you put flesh tone in the white of my eye. Yeah, don't worry. I can fix it. Make it look rather jaundiced here. There, see? Fixed it. All nice and tidy. And then we'll get the blue, 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 blue. You can do anything you want, but don't step on my blue eyes. Because that would just be awful. Oops. And there we have it. The Dabbleverse power couple. Because, I don't know, every verse should have at least one. Ta-da! That's great. So here we go. But yeah, Karmic XMD. That would be a great show. I don't know if, like, Justina would be one of the patients. Get out of my sight! You sicken me. Something like that. And there we have it. Doodles, now colored. Oh, what do you, yeah, I saw that one. A. Thompson, just giant breasts all over the bathroom. Yeah, probably. A. Thompson, when you work in a factory warehouse environment, it's best to just shut the fuck up, keep your head down, and cash the paychecks until you can retire. Yeah, that's rather typical anywhere. A. Thompson, they aren't looking for drama recommendations and don't want to know your personal shit. Just put the parts in the box and shut up. He couldn't do it. Well, as demonstrated, on the shows. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, if not for Pat, Felicia could have been Whitney Cummings. Yeah, that's too bad. A. Thompson, LOL. You sure, Ross? A. Thompson, this DV stuff is too much now. I have DV fatigue. Gino's Hammer. How much did Stan Lee really steal from Jack Kirby and others? P. A lot. It's an interesting thing. You couldn't have Marvel Comics without Stan Lee. He's one of those rare characters who has one foot in the art world and one foot in the business world. Most of the artists, they didn't quite catch on. They don't understand the business world and stuff like that. And that's typical of art. But with Stan Lee, he did, and he was able to keep it going and cheerlead for it and all this sort of thing. And was sort of the middleman between what the company wanted and what the artists wanted and that sort of thing. And organized it a bit. But he took an awful lot of credit that he didn't really deserve. So most of the Marvel Universe, that's Jack Kirby made those characters. Spider-Man is Steve Ditko. He pretty much did that. And when they talk about, hey, the Marvel way of doing comic books, well, basically the artist would plot it out, draw the imagery, and they had a basic understanding of what the story would be and all that. And then Stan Lee would come in and write the dialogue for the characters. Sometimes his basic input for a plot would just be, have Spider-Man fight Dr. Octopus in this issue. Okay, so but they got to come up with the whole details. What's the plot? What's he up to this time? And that kind of thing. And then Stan Lee would come in and write the dialogue. And it worked, especially between him and Kirby. When they split up, you could see that Stan Lee really didn't create anything as catchy and creative as the Marvel characters that Jack Kirby did. Jack Kirby, on the other hand, went on to create other characters. The problem was he was never really a writer. He had a lot of vision. He had a lot of great ideas, and he did a lot for DC. Their whole Dark Side and the New Gods and stuff like that became pretty impactful, primarily because of Dark Side, but nevertheless did do that and added to it. And, but he just wasn't the writer, and really his New God series was quickly starts off here, goes off there. It was a bit scattered, and he needed a writing partner who could structure it and that sort of thing. But probably burned by Stan Lee, he never really trusted anyone again. And it might have, had he had a partner like that, that, wasn't going to screw him over, maybe New Guys would have been more successful at the time. But that's the way. It's never as simple as, if only Stan Lee were out of the way, it would have been, I don't think Marvel Comics would have survived without it. Yeah. So Ross Dogg's Broken Spirit, Real Man. Now there's a comic book character. Real Man. Ross Dogg's Broken Spirit, he's King. Oh, he's King shit. Hey, Thompson, Karmic can rant with the best of them. That Ghost Cox rant still has me laughing. Well, I got to admit, unfamiliar, but I get the idea of what you're talking about. Yeah, he does come up with some pretty silly, I don't know, whoppers or whatever. Nodak, hit the like button. You know, that's a good point, Nodak. That's what the like button's for. It's waiting for you to hit it. If you don't, it's going to be a very, very sad like button. Look, don't ask me to explain it. I can't. I'm not a button. But like button is a button, and like button likes to be hit. It's just his thing. Hey, Thompson, that is way too dark on the skin tone, Doug. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe it's at nighttime or something. Ross Dog's broken spirit, no muscle tone. Nah. Gino's hammer. I went a little hard into paint again. Cocteau, nice work, Doug. Well, thank you, Cocteau. I appreciate that. Ross Dog's broken spirit. Carmit show would 1,000% be a hit. Yeah, I think so. Ross Dog's broken spirit. There could be a comic strip. Well, I'm going to do that that'll be a part of Doodleverse Comics too. I'll have like a Rex Morgan MD type thing for Karmic MD. And, it'll be funny, I think. Ross Dog's broken spirit just needs those bubble comments. Oh, it'll be there. Gino's hammer, just cause you're white doesn't mean you should be actually white. Sometimes, sometimes. All right. Well, no super tips. So that'll bring to an end this special episode of Nailsin Miscellanea. I got my hour in. Good Lord. Is it back on now? Is the audio on now? Audio mute. It's not muted. It's just Evie Mux screwed me over. Again. Okay, you can hear me. All right. Once again, I put the links in there. I was telling you all of this. God. Evie Mux, what? So the link's there for Radio Misfits. The latest Mr. Nailsin Show is there for you to listen to, or wherever you get your podcast. And indieplanet.com, where my comic books are. You can check that out and do enjoy. Oh, yeah. And let me go ahead and put the link. Oh, for the Zazzle store. Yes. Where I've been adding new stuff there. Most notably, once again, good old Karmic. Boy, has he come through. He sure has. So if you're interested in that imagery, you can download. You can buy a poster, or you can download it from the Zazzle store. Yeah, yeah. So there we go. And I guess I was muted when I was talking about Sunday Comics. So tomorrow, the show will be Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics, where I will be reading a Peacemaker story. Oh, that'll be fun. How do we super chat? Well, I'm not monetized on YouTube. I don't know. Take it up with YouTube. You can do the super tip, should you so desire. I'll put the link here. You can send a text through that, or the voice thing, because you can do that. How many hours do you need? Oh, I don't know. I gotta turn that off. Got to look at this. Got to look at that. Oh, jeez. The things you got to do. Earn. What is it? All right. Currently, valid public watch hours, 2,232. So it's got to be over 3,000. So almost there. Almost there. So there you go. All right. I guess that'll do it. Also, scrolling at the bottom of the screen is my PayPal. If you want to toss me a little tip there, you most certainly can. But boy, I really should have advertised this better at the outset because I gotta go. I'm dead tired. So, but super tip. Thank you, Patrick Melton. Is a good way to tip me during the show, if you like to. And it does have the super tip voices there. Right now, it's just mine and Pat Dixon's. That's another thing I got to do. I've got an idea of other voices that could be put on there, and I'll have to reach out to Melton and Moody for that. So, stay tuned to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin. So there you go. Tomorrow will be Sunday Comics and Peacemaker, and hopefully that will delight everyone who shows up. So there we go. Marathon Alien Watch Party. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it while I'm streaming. That would be boring as hell. Just me sitting there looking like, oh, look at that. Oh, they do have the, yeah. Talking about it after the fact, reviewing it, yeah, I can do that. Then I don't know. Maybe I'll draw something after that night or whatever. All kinds of speculation about, what do you think this means? What do you think they'll do next? That kind of thing. Yeah. Besides, I can't just show it, and do Mystery Science Theater. It would be fun, but that'd be the end of the channel then. It wouldn't be boring to you. Well, all right, but each their own, These things do happen. So, okay. Well, all right. Super tip has arrived. So we will take care of that. I just tipped because I'm a real man. Okay. If it will do it. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Super tip. And I'm a real man, so I'll send $3. $3, which is the exact number of letters in the word man. Very clever, Ross Dog. Very clever indeed. That's right. So there you go. See, that's super tip. That's how that works. You can send a text one or one of the. Why is it doing it twice? That's what the hell? It looks cool anyway. So there we go. Super tip. Yes, super tip. Disguised as a mild-mannered way to support your favorite creators, but is in reality an even better tipping system than super chat. You know, it's outside the system, so like they can't do anything about it. So anyway, there we go. Thanks again, Ross Dog. Greatly appreciated. And thanks for watching the show. If you've got time tomorrow morning, show up for Sunday Comics. You can have fun for that. A. Thompson, Alien and Predator Watchathon. Dr. Doug needs to get over here and audition for Alien Earth. There has to be a role for you. I imagine there is, but I'm not likely to get to Thailand anytime soon. Yeah. But at the same time, I think we're all agreed. Somebody needs to make that Dr. Karmic show happen, and Karmic should be cast in the lead role. I'm not even kidding. All right. About to fall asleep sitting here in the old chair. And I'm going to take off. So again, thanks for everybody for watching. And we'll get together tomorrow morning for Sunday Comics. Yeah. I'll see you then. Have a good rest of your day. Is it going? There it goes. Jeez.
I don't have to look anymore. Now that I've seen you, I don't have to dream anymore. Now that you came true, I'm already yours. I don't have to look anymore. Now that I've seen you, I don't have to dream anymore. Now that you came true, I'm already yours. I don't have to look anymore. Now that I've seen you, I don't have to dream anymore. Now that you came true, I'm already yours.
Please wrap
Look
up.
at me!
Okay, we're all done here.
Fucking
Hey,
pathetic!